Oh, sorry, the video cut off there. But yeah, my point was that it seems like let's say the DLC is about this much content being added to the game. All right, I bought this, 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 and okay. Let's be more accurate here. Okay, let's take this whole section of the game and say that that's basically what the DLC is going to be, right? Maybe a little bit bigger, right? I assume they mean they're counting this lower continent too. So, if that's the case, then yeah, it would take me maybe 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute. Yeah, maybe about 5 or 6 minutes to get across the whole fucking thing. If that's what they're going for. If that's the size of this DLC roughly. Let's be generous and say that yeah, it's like a 6 minute trek to get from one end to the other, essentially. That's not too bad, but yeah, let's say Caelid is roughly the same shit, right? Okay. So yeah, let's say this whole chunk right here is what they're giving us, essentially, in terms of DLC for $40. Base game comes with this, then this area, that's twice as much, then this area, 3 times as much, then this area, 4 times as much, then I would say the snow area is kind of barren, honestly, and doesn't have as much content. So let's lump that in with the city part right here, Lindell. Mike Lindell City. Um, so yeah, I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's also be generous and combine the Dragon Sky location with the underground stuff in the game. There you go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 big ass areas to explore in the game, basically. And this DLC is just giving us one of those 6 big ass areas to explore. For $40. I paid $60 for these 6 locations. Shouldn't I only have to pay $10? Because we're only getting one? You know what I mean? Sounds fair to me. Sounds reasonable. What else are they adding to the game that justifies the extra $30 that they're making me pay? Like, that kind of sucks. Like, I want to play it, but that price tag kind of makes me feel like you don't respect me. That sucks. Is this really worth that much extra money? It kind of feels like cash grabby compared to the base game. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Because, on one hand, FromSoft does a good job. AAA developer that does a good job. That's rare now. So I'm sure I'll dig the DLC. So I'm tempted to be nice and just pay them happily $60, $100 for the DLC. Just to be nice. Just to be like, yo, you do a good job. So there is that element to it, But if we're being fair and realistic here, it's kind of like, yeah, you're kind of gougy. I mean, thanks for not killing us with microtransactions at least. Still not a big fan of the price though. And I do have some complaints about how FromSoft has handled DLC in the past. For example, Dark Souls 1 on Xbox 360, you would play online in PvP, and motherfuckers would come at you with the Dark Bead spell, and it's a really good spell. It's fast, it's deadly. It's like a double barrel shotgun to the face. It's a fucking hardcore spell. If they kill you with this, that sucks. But it makes sense. It's a really good spell. Guess how you get it? You gotta have the DLC. So you gotta pay $20 fucking for the DLC. That's how much it costs. And all it is 4 new bosses and a little bit of new area to explore that's honestly not that interesting if you ask me. The boss battles are pretty epic though. You fight Artorias, you fight this dragon, and of course the very final boss of the DLC is a pretty crazy boss. So yeah, it's pretty epic actually, but $20 still, ugh. When the base game is what, $60, and you get like all these bosses and all these areas to explore. So it's still it felt a little overpriced, you know, like maybe $10 would have been better. And I'm sure you could find it for $10 discounted at some points. So what I'm complaining about is not that big of a fucking deal. But at the same time, it is good to criticize, and it is good to not be a total fucking bootlicker and just be like, yeah, company, do whatever you want. I'll go along with it because I'm a bitch. Like, fuck that, dude. Come on. Put your foot down. The company's not perfect. They do a lot of stupid shit. Anyway, I should get going to bed soon here. Oh. Man, oh man. Yeah, I got a few things to do tomorrow. Gotta plant some cucumbers, actually. Oh, and I got asparagus, dude. Asparagus is popping out of the ground, and honestly, asparagus doesn't grow too good here, and it's pretty hard for us to cultivate a lot of it. And the sun is a real fucking bitch in Texas, my god. So, we're phasing that shit out. Besides, the tortoises are getting bigger and we need more space to grow more food for them. They're not big asparagus eaters, okay? So, yeah, I'm phasing out the asparagus. So what I'm doing right now is any new heads that pop up, I just cut them off and eat them. Fuck it. I'm not going to let it get all big and strong and bush out and grow bigger. No, that's the end of you. I'm just going to keep taking and taking and taking. And if the plant dies or for whatever reason, I don't care. That's that. Die. Turn into fertilizer. Get broken down in the bed and become one with the earth. And whatever the fuck else I plant on top of you will feed off of your dead carcass. And, what, guys? Just talking about how it works. A dead plant is just a plant that is giving birth to another plant, essentially. All this nitrogen breaks down and it feeds underground plants and creatures and roots and stuff. That's how it all works. And from time to time you buy some commercial shit like bone meal or bloodworms. Put that in the soil. Stir it up real good. Water. Preferably, hopefully it rains and you get acidic bonds that break down the minerals in the soils and stuff, and it makes it easier for plants to digest and they thrive better. Hopefully you get better weather. A lot of greens love growing in weather that's kind of windy, because wind is good for leaves. It strengthens them. It bolsters their stalks, you know. It's kind of like exercise. It's kind of like working out for a plant. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. And you're gonna want temps that are like 70-ish degrees, 60 to 80. You know, fucking spinach and lettuce, love that shit. Chicory, dandelions, all kinds of greens. You know. So they do well in that kind of environment. So we're gonna try to just bolster that. What sucks though is we got a weird caterpillar problem, so these weird worms are fucking with a lot of our shit. A lot of the time what you can do actually is you leave a super plant, you just pick the best one that's like getting the biggest or whatever, and you leave it alone. You just let that become the king. That eventually becomes like the harboring sector for a lot of the worms, and they kind of just fuck with that plant and that plant mainly, and they leave the smaller ones alone. So you can kind of do something like that. Get the majority of the insects to travel to a certain location in the yard, essentially. That way, they kind of just fuck with that spot and leave everything else alone. Like, I have compost heaps and stuff in the backyard, so I also have tortoises running around back there. It would be really unfortunate if a rat broke into the property and, I don't know, maybe randomly decided to chew on one of my tortoises' fucking head and rip his fucking head off and eat it and kill the tortoise. What if that's been known to happen? So that would be really fucking lame if that happened. I would lose tortoises that are, thousands of dollars. They're very expensive, those adult radiateds. So, don't want that happening. So, if I have compost out, if any fucking filthy rat breaks into the property, what the fuck do you think a rat is gonna do? Struggle to chew on the hard, leathery skin of a turtle, Scaly, hard meat. It's tough, armored arms in the way, trying to make sure that you don't eat its head off. Like, that's a workout. That's effort. Do you think the rat wants to waste its energy and time doing that? No. Especially if there's a compost heap right there and there's some fucking like cat food or whatever the fuck. Of course the rat is just gonna go for the easier meal and then leave. Duh. Or get killed by my cats. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. And that's great. Let it be that way. Yeah, that's what sucks. But anyway, guys, I am sleepy. I am going to pass out. So I'll talk about stuff later. I did play the Turbo Kid game, though. The demo for the Turbo Kid game. You can get it on Steam. Download it for free right now. It's a fine game. It's like a Metroidvania kind of experience. Very retro, 8-bitty, kind of 16-bitty graphics, Hyper violent. People exploding into piles of guts and stuff. Super fucking hyper violent. So yeah, go check it out. It's great. Good shit. Music is great. The guy that did the music for the fucking movie did music for this fucking game. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm digging all the stuff that they've been doing surrounding that franchise. Hopefully, we get a sequel movie, but I don't know. That's a big if. Yeah, so this is gonna be like my last guitar project, I think. I think that's it after this. Which is weird because I've said that a bunch of times, but this time I think it finally is it. Because I really like these, the that guitar that I have at work, I pretty much like everything about it except for the buzzing, and I think I'm going to solve that with this last guitar project. That's going to be a very all silvery guitar, like I said, dark green, Sherwood green underneath, but silver on the outside. Man, that's going to be so cool. That is going to look very fucking cool. Oh my god, I can't wait. Yeah, and then I'm going to do medium jumbo peaked. That's going to be very cool. Medium jumbo peaked. Man, I'm excited for that. That sounds like something I would definitely enjoy. And yep, dark rosewood, high-end fretboard with a roasted maple neck shaft. Roasted maple's great. It feels great. You don't have to finish it. It's lighter than your average neck wood. Hell yeah, dude. It's perfect material for a guitar neck. And it's not very expensive. It's so good. Can't wait for it. It's what I got on the neck at work, and I love it. It really just feels like the guitar I can just grab and mess with, and I'm happy. I'm fine. This is really good. And so yeah, I want to do the same thing with this silver guitar that I'm gonna build. Yep, it's gonna be a fucking sick guitar. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't wait. Ooh. Just when I thought I was out, dragged back in to make another guitar. But this one's gonna be special. This one's gonna be definitely the one I'll be playing here at home the most, I think. Yeah, it's crazy the guitar journey I've been on. First, you start with what you were born with and what you started with. Then you test out a wide range of stuff, and then finally you settle on what you think is best, what you personally enjoy. And I think I've finally found a guitar type that is just perfect for me. So I think that's kind of every guitarist's journey, you know, like, where's the perfect guitar? And I think I'm finally finding it after so many trial and error experiences. And don't get me wrong, I'm not that picky. I don't really care what I play, but you know, I like to have it all. So if I can also have this crazy fucking weird thing that I'm gonna create, you guys will see. It'll be weird. But it'll also be fucking awesome. So once I show it off, you guys will see, and you will all be like, what the fuck? Baller? Holy fuck, holy shit. It's gonna be a trip. Alright, yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, fellers.